So these right here might be my favorite performer so far.
Hey guys, BT Kicks here, back at it again with another performance basketball review. And today we are suffering from the three stripes. We have the Adidas Marquee Boost Low. So let's get it. So before we get into the performance aspect of this shoe, I like to go over a few design aspects which I think are absolute fire on this pair. These actually come in a high and low top form, but I personally like to play in low tops, and regardless if it's a high or low, it doesn't really affect the performance of the shoe. But more into that later. So let's first check this out. You can see it has a little pattern here on the lateral outrigger, which I think is really cool. Some subtle hints of, I don't know what these are actually. Oh, it's actually a fist. It's a fist and a basketball, in case you were wondering. As well as down here, we can see the traction pattern is really cool, and I find that it's really fire. You can see the design behind the traction pattern, which I think is a really cool aspect of the shoe. We've got subtle patterns here, as well as a frosty looking material. But overall, I think this colorway is really fire and definitely looks really good on court. And on the other side, we have Adidas Basketball Club, which I didn't notice at first until I flipped the shoe over, to be honest. And that's really cool, subtle Adidas branding. And of course, we've got three stripes here, so that hits a red. Definitely a fire colorway in my opinion. So as always, starting off with the traction, the Adidas Marquee Boost Low features a translucent outsole with traditional herringbone. Typically, a translucent material does not generally perform as well on slippery courts and as well as on clean courts, but Adidas really hit the nail with this one. The translucent outsole performs really well on clean courts, on dusty courts. These had me going. The bite was great. I had no issues with the traction. These aren't exactly Kobe 9 traction, but these will get the job done for sure. Another thing about the traction pattern is that you can see here it has a little ridge, so dust doesn't get trapped as easily. But as always, a little quick wipe, you're good to go. Definitely one of the better tractions so far. So moving on to the cushion, as you can see, the Adidas Marquee Low features a full-length boost cushioning. Full length. It's only caged here, obviously for stability and lateral performance, but I'll get more into that later. I could actually compare this to the Harden 3s. If you guys have tried out the Harden 3s, these actually perform quite similarly. However, I do feel that this is a bit more responsive, as well as you get better court feel. I do love a good full-length boost midsole. These are actually reminiscent of the Crazy Light Boost 2015. Those had full-length boosts as well, and those are great to play in terms of impact protection. You got really good impact protection as well as really good court feel at the same time. It's not too bouncy, but not too stiff. I know some players like that instant response times for maximum court feel, but these are a good blend of everything in between, and you're definitely good to go in that department. If you're a fan of the Crazy Light Boost line, or the Harden line, or even the Crazy Explosive line, the 2016 version, not the 2017 one, that is the closest comparison I can draw from this cushion set right here, and I generally love it. So the cushion on this is amazing. So this is honestly one of my favorite aspects of this shoe. You can see it's a padded ankle collar here. It's thick, it's comfortable, it's like pillows wrapped around your ankle, so you have no issues there. I think the high version has the same sort of build as well. So regardless if you get the high or low, you're definitely good to go. So even though there's full-length boost, it's still caged around the lateral side where you need that lateral stability. So this outrigger here would definitely help, and it prevents you feeling like you're gonna tip over when you go left to right as well. So the great addition here, and yeah, great support, great lockdown, definitely a good performer. So for materials, Adidas has used a woven mesh material for the overall build of the shoe. We've got hits of leather here combined with mesh. It's really no frills. It has minimum break-in time, fits great once it conforms to your foot, and yeah, happy with the materials used on this shoe. In terms of durability, I think that these will hold up if you're playing indoors most of the time. If you're playing outdoors, that's a risk you're going to have to take. It's flexible, it conforms to your foot really well, and yeah, solid. If you can see here, the toe box is actually really soft, it's flexible, so it won't pinch into your feet unlike some other basketball shoes that I have. Generally, it doesn't require that much break-in time, and once it conforms to your foot, it'll feel really good. The Marquee Boost Low also features it's not a one booty or one piece sort of upper. It has a movable tongue, which I know some players will appreciate because it makes it easier to put your foot in. As you can see here, it's quite soft, it's flexible, it won't dig into your foot once you lace them up, and definitely really comfortable when you put them on as well. The padded ankle collar definitely is a plus for me, a very, very strong aspect of this shoe. Makes it comfortable to play in. Heck, I could even rock this casually if I wanted to. It has that lifestyle vibe while also being a performance basketball shoe. Definitely a really good shoe in my opinion. So wrapping up, I highly recommend these shoes. These have everything you could ask for in a basketball shoe. Great cushion, good support, good lockdown. The fit may be a bit of an issue if you have wide foot or a narrow foot, but as always, try them on. And once you find the right size, you won't regret it. Definitely a really good performer on court. So that wraps it up for this week's performance review, guys. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe down below on Huddle, as well as follow me on Instagram, where I preview some of the performance basketball shoes that I will be reviewing as well. And leave a comment section down below and tell me what you think of these shoes. Do you agree? If you try them on, if you don't agree, tell me why. So yeah, until then, see you next time.